Hello everyone, I'm back. I wasn't sure if I was going to make a second video, and then when I was sure that I was going to make a second video, I didn't know what it was going to be about, but I ended up getting quite a bit of feedback about the first video, and it just so happened that recently when I'm like talking to people about my situation and my journey and what I've been going through the past 2 years, it has all come to the same conclusion that I need to keep telling my story, and I pretty much agree with that. It's been on my heart to really talk about being in this trial and everything that's going on. So I think I'm just going to keep on making videos to kind of document and just document for myself what this journey has been like, and so I can explain to everyone, to get the news out there, how I'm feeling. Yeah. And so the idea for the second video, it came about because someone who watched the video said that they kind of want to know more about me, and I thought, you know what, that makes sense because the first video was very much directed towards people who already kind of knew the situation, to just be clarified. But I'll kind of make this as like a semi get to know me video and just talk about myself a little bit. But if there are any specific questions, I am open to answering them and doing another short video, or just answering them in my DMs or messages or anything like that. But yeah, this is like another introduction to who I am. My name is Rhea. I have two loving parents. I have an older sister, and then there's me. So yeah, that's my immediate family. I have an older sister, mom and dad, and I would say I'm really close to my family and even my cousins and stuff. I like to be close to them. I like spending time with them. Quality time is like my #1 love language, so I think it's really important to me to be close with my family. But with my parents and my sister, I'm especially close with them. Like me, my mom, and my sister, what we've been doing the past few years have been just taking trips together. We always go on foodie trips. Me and my mom especially, we're big foodies. We love to try new places. We like keeping track of restaurants we see on TV or on Instagram or social media that look good, and we like trying those places. So we've done a lot of foodie trips to like SoCal and stuff. But actually, just recently I got back from 2 trips. I don't know what it's been, but since 2020 and since the pandemic, when everything opened up, me and my mom and my sister have been like, we're going places. So that's what we've been doing. We've done that since before the pandemic though. But we've been, I don't know, I feel like we've been amping it up and have been going to a lot of places. So we just came back from Miami and Mexico. We celebrated my older sister graduating from college from our program, which was really awesome, and we tried to celebrate that, and we celebrated her while we were in Miami. And for me, being in Miami and Mexico, it was like, well, mostly Miami. It was a lot of firsts I was experiencing. I was able to go to the beach for the first time and just lay in the sun. I was able to go in a swimming pool and actually submerge myself for the first time without a port, because when I had my central line and when I had my port, that was like submerging myself in water and stuff wasn't really recommended, and I especially couldn't do it when I had just my central line out. So it was nice to be in the pool and submerge my head under the water. It was the first time I took a trip and went on a plane, and I didn't have any pain or any symptoms of a pain crisis. It was just a lot of firsts, and it was really cool to be able to travel like this for the first time since my transplant with my family. We just had a great time in Miami, and Mexico was beautiful. It was great. The weather was nice. But okay, so you see this like this hairstyle I have like right here. So I was wearing this mostly for Miami and Mexico, but in Miami I was thinking I could do my little slick back, what I've been trying to do, like the 90s hairstyle, a little Jada Pinkett moment. Miami came to my hair with a vengeance. It said, no, you're not gonna look like Jada Pinkett, you're gonna look like one of the Jackson 5. Like, the humidity was not working with my hair. I couldn't do that. So I was wearing this honestly most of the time. But in Mexico, I was actually able to do my little hairstyle and it was fine. But the weather was great. It felt nice to be in warmth and to be in humidity, honestly. Because it had been kind of cold, so it was nice to experience that. But yeah, me and my family were close and we travel a lot. And then me and my dad, we bond a lot, or at least when I was a kid, bonded over sci-fi movies. So me and my dad, we always go to the movies together and we always are hanging out and doing something. We like eating good food too. So I have a lot of fond memories of like the first time seeing the Hulk, the one that came out in 2003, in the movie theaters, and just being so amazed. So yeah, I'm really close with my family. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I also want to talk about my education because I mentioned that I think in the last video. I went to the University of San Francisco, a private university, Jesuit university, and my major was English with an emphasis in creative writing, and then I double minored in African American studies and Japanese studies. Konnichiwa 皆さん、私はレイです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。日本語を8年間勉強した。でも長い間日本語を話していません。私が住んでいるところでは日本語を話す人があらない。時々私は会話の単語を忘れた。でも私はペラペラと思います。日本語と日本文化がとっても好きです。子供の頃からずっと。うん、また私はいろいろな外国語を学びがごめんなさい私はいろいろな外国語を学ぶのが好きです。例えばスペイン語。Sí, it's true, quiero aprender español. Tengo un libro para estudiar. Si hablas español, háblame por favor. A veces necesito el Google Translate, but still, por favor, háblame. Yeah, gracias todos. And I felt like those three things really helped me to have a well-rounded education. I feel really good about the degree that I have, my Bachelor of Fine Arts, and I feel really good about my double minor. I definitely learned a lot, and those two minors helped a lot in opening my eyes to a whole bunch of different oh, why am I losing the word? A whole bunch of different subjects. Like I took sociology class, I took a philosophy class, I took a class called Black Childhood Literature, which really opened my eyes to how Black childhood is perceived in literature and in media. I took a media studies class too, which I really liked. I took a human anatomy and physiology class, I believe, which I'm really into science. I know I'm an English major through and through, but literally when I was a senior in high school trying to figure out which university or which school I wanted to go, or I wanted to go for college, I had like a whole bunch of English and creative writing programs I'd want to attend, and a whole bunch of science and biology programs I wanted to attend. I felt like Troy Bolton. I was like singing or basketball. But I ended up choosing English. I ended up choosing writing. And I think that happened for a reason. I am a writer. And it definitely helps me to express myself and say the things that I guess are hard for me to say. Or I guess hard for me to say like in conversation. And it also helps me to kind of get the ideas I have in my imagination out on paper. Like I said, me and my dad used to watch these sci-fi movies all the time, and I always had a whole bunch of ideas of stories that I wanted to write about, and I wanted to be seen on screen about black girls, especially about a black girl that looked like me or had, the issues that I had. So I really do love science, and to this day I still consider going back to school to pursue some type of degree in science. Biology, genetics, marine biology is something I definitely thought about when I was in high school because I'm really interested in the ocean. But yeah, I think there is a reason why I am a writer today. And I also, obviously, because of everything that's going on, more frequently am writing about my experience and writing about what it was like having sickle cell disease. I actually had a nurse practitioner, I believe, come up to me while I was in the hospital who would visit me multiple times. She was really supportive of me sharing my story through my writing. And the hospital has a magazine for young cancer patients. I'm not a cancer patient, but because I am a stem cell patient and had to go through chemo, she kind of saw that as like the relatability, and she was like, you just need to tell your story. So I actually published a story with them on their online magazine. I could link that so you guys could read that. And I also had another opportunity to publish with them. So I have a poem that I read, it's in my voice, that's going to be published with that magazine under the hospital as well. So yeah, definitely a writer. And I definitely have been, just like talking about how I've been feeling and what I've been going through with my writing. I guess that kind of gets into my goals for life, right? I feel like that's a good way to get to know me, is wondering what my goals are in life. I'm a writer right now, but I would like to be a screenwriter. I definitely want to get into films and movies. I am such a visual person, and I guess a visual learner as well. So when I am writing, I see everything in my head. I see the scenes in my head, and it just makes sense to me to be able to connect my passion for writing with my passion for film and write movies. So that's something I practice a lot. I practice my script writing, and I do eventually want to get into that industry. And I know it's going to be hard and it's going to be difficult, but I am really passionate about it, and I feel good about it, and I am ready to, do the work and work on my skills and, bring a new perspective to, I don't know, I guess just black girls and sickle cell disease patients, all of those things. I feel like there's enough room to tell a different story that hasn't been seen, and I want to be able to do that. And I want to share my ideas and my story with the world. So yeah, those are some of my goals. What else did I want to say? Guess the goal, yeah, go back to school for science, get more into that. This is some random stuff now. I really love animals. Like, I think one of my favorite animals are definitely cats. I had a cat when I was younger, and I absolutely loved her, and I can't wait till the day to like have another cat. But I love dogs too. Like, I'm one of those people who said, do you like cats or dogs? I'm like both. I think I definitely favor cats a little bit more, but I love dogs too, and I intend to have a dog as well. I love animals. I just went to a U-Pick farm, and they had a, what is it called? They had like a petting zoo, but it was so different. They had a whole bunch of animals. It wasn't just like a little petting zoo. You could pick them up, you could cuddle them. Like, they had ducks, they had chickens, they had bunnies, they had cats, they had dogs, they had horses, they had roosters, they had goats. They had a whole bunch of animals, and I was living. I love animals. I was living. Yeah. I guess that's another update. I was able to go pick fruit, and I felt good. And I got to hang out with the animals. It was such a good day. And I feel like I've been having some pretty good days the past 2 months, and I'm so thankful. So grateful for that. Yeah. I feel like that's a good starter to kind of get to know me. I feel like that's good, you know? I could ask some more direct questions if people have them, or maybe just think of some more direct questions. But yeah, I feel like that's a good starter. I'll add more of the medical questions to this, or maybe it'll be a part 2. Maybe I could do that. I can do a part 2, and I can talk about the more medical stuff about things going on. You see that mosquito bite? That came from Mexico. That was crazy. But yeah, maybe I'll do a part 2. I think I'll do that. Do part 2. For they get to know me about all the medical stuff and the trial. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for watching.